Manish, now a couple of questions. You said that you provide consulting fee. If it's a consulting fee, how come revenues have been so stagnant till FY21 and they have not seen the improvement that we've seen in 9 months of FY22? I was reading your presentation. It says that higher carbon credit prices improve your business performance. How is your revenue linked to carbon credit prices? Break it up for us. How much does it come from consulting? How much does it come from the trading of carbon credits? And why so much increase in revenues just in 9 months? Carbon credit prices have been going higher earlier also, maybe not at the same pace as we saw now, but the improvement in 9 months has been spectacular. What led to that?
So we need to understand the carbon markets, which had been started during year 2005 through the Kyoto Protocol ratification across the globe. So from 2005, the industry can be divided. The industry phase can be divided into 3 parts. First one is from 2005 to 2011. That time, the carbon credits rates were in between $15 to $25, you can say. Then after failure of commitment period 2 of Kyoto Protocol, where the majority developed nations who are obligated to reduce the emissions and where all these carbon credits used to get sold. So they had withdrawn from the Kyoto Protocol commitment period 2, and so the sluggish period had started from 2012 to 2020. And since the Paris Agreement had been signed by all the nations, including India, so there is a high demand which is coming from the voluntary sector. For the voluntary markets, as you know, the statutory or the compliance markets are not there in place for the carbon credits which are developed from the developing nations like India. So for last 7-8 years, all the credits are going in the voluntary markets, and in voluntary markets, various organizations which they feel that they would be having higher compliances in near future, so they have started.
Manish, I do get your point. What I'm trying to ask is, you deal in voluntary carbon credits, right? Yeah. So voluntary carbon credits market has also gone up substantially. It was around $146 million in 2017. In 2021 till August, the global size that I was looking at is $748 million. Why has the growth come in for you only in this year? That's why I want the breakup. How much does it come from the consulting services? How much does it come from supply of carbon credits, as you mentioned?
So we give end-to-end services. It's like a comprehensive services. We do not charge our clients on the basis of the advisory services that we are doing, or the other different components of the different phases for the services that we do give. So we work with them on the revenue sharing model. Whatever the final revenue on the gross or net basis they do receive, we will do share on the basis of the same. So we do not make any segregated or bifurcated.
Just a specific question. Sorry, we are short of time. That's why we are interrupting. Apologies for that. Yes. So do you get paid in carbon credits from these companies that you help set up these units and get them registered? Do you get them?
So for example, So for example, 100,000 are the carbon credits which are being held by any solar power project owner. So first we'll do give advisory services to them, and then finally we do sell the credits. And say if we'll do sell the credits at
1 minute. You will only So you will have to purchase them from this company to be able to sell them, right? So that is what you're doing. That's the crux.
That is the comprehensive advisory services.
No, that is what we were trying to understand. I think that now it all makes sense because we were wondering how is a consulting business, suddenly seeing this big jump, etc. So what you're saying is you will purchase these carbon credits at a pre-agreed price, and then you will sell them in voluntary markets in Europe, etc.
Few contracts, they do have pre-agreed price. Few contracts, they do have fixed plus floating price. Few contracts, they do have completely floating price. So basis on the final price that we are getting and the negotiations we do at the time of signing of the contracts, different business models are there under which we work.
Okay. Manish, now let's focus on the financials. You did say that carbon credit prices have been going up. Your consulting services have seen a sharp improvement in revenues on a quarter-on-quarter basis. I was looking at your EBITDA in 6 months. I'm talking about 6-month number because I want to compare it with the balance sheet. 156 crores of EBITDA in 6 months, which is a sharp improvement. But your cash balance has just increased to 24 crores versus 15 crores. What is the cash conversion cycle like here? Because I'm assuming if it's a consulting business, working capital requirements will be less. Or is it more than what we actually think it is?
Since so working capital requirement is going very high because we have high aspirations to execute more and more projects. So the working capital which is required to hire people, then pay to the third-party inspection companies, paying registration fee, issuance fee, paying some advances to the clients. So this is all segments where actually the earned revenue is getting invested, so that we would be able to
how much of this is towards buying the carbon credits? I mean, I'm assuming that is the lion's share. That is why
So we also maintain the inventory within our books. We also maintain the same. So at the right time, if the client is in a hurry or as per the contract, if we need to pay them on time, then we also have internal strategy to keep some million of credits on our books and then push it off.
How many carbon credits do you? So we should assess your performance in terms of the volume of carbon credits in any given year. Could you tell us in 9 months? So actually, before that, Manish, so then this is in a way, you are providing consulting, but bulk of the revenue is coming from trading of these carbon credits, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So you're buying at a fixed price and then selling them at a higher price.
Yeah, so that is one part of the services that we give, but to hedge the risk, we do contract back to back with our end buyers who are looking to become carbon neutral or to achieve their net zero emission targets. And so we do have internal risk management metrics through which we work.
Manish, you in the IPO, you raised what, 20 odd crores?
Yeah, nearly around 18.
And now we're talking about these hundreds of crores in terms of revenues and profits, etc. Yeah. What changed for you? I mean, that is the other question. How come a company which is doing so well, I mean, not even a year ago, needed to raise 20 crores?
So actually, at that time, when we had started this bringing of the IPO, that time the carbon markets were not there at the position what is there as of now. So we have got listed during April, and this carbon markets had got its actual rise during May or June. So that is why at that particular point of time, it was not very much anticipated that.
Manish, you say that carbon credit market picked up substantially only in the second half, but you must be trading carbon credits, right, even before that. So since it's your inventory, how come it has increased from nil in March 2021 to 81 crores in first half of FY22? There should be something in your inventory, right? And receivables also have shot up considerably if we compare it to previous levels. Why has that happened? Working capital cycle completely changed in just last 9 months.
So before 2000, or you can say before this financial year, last financial year, the carbon credit market price was ranging in between $0.25 to $0.5. And all of the sudden, when the prices had gone up, so as per the contracts that we have signed with the clients, since they are earning high, our revenues are also had increased. So that is why there is a sharp jump in all the numbers in top line, bottom line, and other numbers.
Okay, all right, Manish. We had a lot more questions, but thank you so much for clarifying.